Hi y'all, I'm Melody and welcome back to my channel where I discuss fragrances. Today I want to share with you what I purchased from Sephora at their VIB holiday sale. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts, please keep watching. At the Sephora VIB holiday sale, I purchased the Perfume Sampler, the Sephora Favorites Perfume Sampler for $68, and I got 10% off. And I think it was a great deal to begin with because after you test out all the fragrances, you receive a full-size bottle of your favorite scent. I have tried several of these fragrances, but for $68 you can't get many of these fragrances in a full size, so I thought it was a steal of a deal. So I ran over to Sephora and I purchased it, and I wanted to share my thoughts on these fragrances with you. So in the sampler you'll receive 13 sample size fragrances of Burberry Her London Dream, which I haven't smelled. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, I have smelled that one. Armani's My Way, I've tried that one. Gucci Bloom, I haven't tried that. Marc Jacobs Perfect, I actually own that fragrance and I really love it. If you're interested in my thoughts, I have a video that you can go back and see. There's Nest New York's Wild Poppy, Prada Candy, I've tried that and I'm not sure if I like it. I'd really like to test it out again and see. Sol de Janeiro's Sold Chorizo 62. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I know that the Bum Bum Cream is very popular, and their body mist as well, so I'm curious about the perfume. There's Toca Florence. I don't think I've smelled that one either. Valentino Voce Viva. That's one that I really like, so that's probably one of the top contenders of perfumes I would pick. Versace Bright Crystal. I haven't ever tried that one. Victor and Rolf Flower Bomb. I do really like that fragrance, and so that's another top contender. And then YSL's Black Opium. I like that fragrance, but I don't know if it's one that I'd be purchasing. So I'm gonna get this open off screen and we'll come back and start sampling. So when you open the box, you'll receive a big card that goes over how they recommend you testing the fragrances, which I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go through all of them. And then it categorizes the fragrances in fresh, floral, and warm, spicy, and says a little bit about each fragrance. So I think I'll read that, and then I'll also share the accords and the notes with you as well, and then also my thoughts on the fragrance. So let's start with Burberry Her London Dream. It says, Burberry Her London Dream, a modern yet romantic dreamlike moment set in the heart of London, radiant and sparkling. The scent is vibrant and memorable. Ripe top notes of lemon and fresh ginger with a romantic rose and peony heart. The main accords are rose, fresh, floral, citrus, musky, warm, spicy, amber, powdery, and aromatic. The top notes are lemon and ginger, middle notes peony and rose, and base notes are musk and amber. Not a big fan of rose, but I do really love Burberry Her and the Intense, so I'm curious how this smells. Okay, first thought I have is it just smells like shampoo. Like a nice shampoo, but or maybe like a really kind of classic perfume, like that perfumey smell. So yeah, somewhere in between like that, like classic grandma's perfume and a nice shampoo you get at a salon. It's not bad. I don't love it. I might try it on my skin and see how it develops later, but since I'm going through a lot, I'm just gonna smell the card and I'll come back to this one. Next we have Light Blue. I have smelled this a number of times, so let's see what they say. This colorful, fresh, floral, fruity EDT reflects the sensuality of the Mediterranean lifestyle. Its main accords are citrus, woody, fresh, fruity, aromatic, musky, powdery, and green. The top notes are Sicilian lemon, apple, cedar, and bellflower. The middle notes are bamboo, jasmine, white rose, cedar, musk, and amber. I've mentioned I've smelled this a number of times. This one's nice, it just doesn't last long. I do like the Intense version, but currently my favorite is the Forever. I think that one's a really great fragrance, but I'm still gonna test this and give my opinions. Yeah, I get the lemon and the cedar right away. I like that the cedar is in here. It keeps it from being too fresh. I'm not a huge fan of fresh fragrances. So that cedar in the top and also in the base gives it a bit more of a unique scent. It is really good. Unfortunately, this one just doesn't last on me. But, and here, I can smell the apple now. It is a really good fragrance. I just keep smelling it. Yeah, I'll come back to this one and see how it develops on the card. Next we have Armani My Way. This one says, My Way is a scent of discoveries and connections for an open-minded, curious, and authentic woman who is ready to broaden her horizons and live meaningful encounters around the world. The main accords are white floral, tuberose, citrus, and animalic. Top notes are orange blossom and bergamot. Middle notes are tuberose and Indian jasmine. Base notes are Madagascar vanilla, white musk, and Virginia cedar. Now, I have tested this one, and the first time I smelled it, I really loved it. But it did something weird on my skin. And then I tested the Intense. I originally had been like, well, the first one didn't work, so this one won't work. And I don't know what the differences are, but the Intense version really does work on my skin, and it is on my wish list. But this one, I actually don't know the differences in notes. So it could be the bergamot. There's just something to this fragrance that's really pretty, but it just does not play well on my skin. It could have also been the jasmine, because the original has bergamot and jasmine, while the Intense version has two versions of tuberose, and they replaced the bergamot with a bitter orange. It's nice. It was on the card. It was really pretty, and it still is, but it just doesn't work on my skin. So I will be passing on that one. The next one is Gucci Bloom. I have smelled this once or twice. It didn't wow me, but I will probably test it on my skin just to see how it smells. So on the card it says, capturing the spirit of contemporary diverse and authentic women of Gucci. Bloom's notes of natural tuberose and jasmine create an unexpectedly rich white floral scent on the skin. So the main accords are white floral and tuberose. The top notes jasmine, middle notes tuberose, and base notes of Rangoon Creeper. I have never heard of that note in any other fragrance. So it is a sweet and fruity, strong and intoxicating, reminiscent of white flowers and honeysuckle. Let's give this a try. There we go. Yeah, it is super heavy white floral. I do like tuberose, and I also like jasmine in many fragrances, but this one is really strong on those notes. I mean, it appears those are the only notes, but I think we all know that they usually have more than those, and these are just the ones that they're listing. Yeah, this is just not a fragrance for me. I don't know that I've found a single Gucci fragrance that is for me. I've tried Gucci Guilty, I've tried, I don't know, I kind of liked the Gorgeous Gardenia, but it smelled a lot like Juicy Couture. I don't think Gucci is a brand for me, but we'll see. I'll keep testing other fragrances and see if I like one, but this one smells like every beauty counter I went to in the 90s with, like walking in the mall with my grandma or something. That's what this reminds me of. It's nice. It's just this, it doesn't remind me of me. It doesn't seem like something I would wear at all. I don't like it, but I keep smelling it. It's just, It's not a fragrance I want to wear. Next is Nest Wild Poppy. On here it says, this spirited fruity floral captures the evolution of poppy flower from bud to blossom by blending rose de grace and hints of Himalayan jasmine with the luscious aromas of pear, raspberry, and apricot. So the main accords are fruity, sweet, rose, white floral, and floral. Notes shown are grasse rose, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, raspberry, pear, jasmine, and apricot. I think my daughter smelled this when we've been in Sephora. I haven't, but she loves those bottles, all of the Nest bottles. I think she likes the flowers on them, so she's always asking to smell them. Okay, this, I get the apricot like right away, and the pear, it's very light on this paper. There's something green. I don't know if that could be, it could be the jasmine, I think. I'm not sure what this rose is. So the, I don't know what that specific rose is, but it could, I mean, it could be, but it smells powdery. I think that's maybe coming from the rose. And that green note is coming from the jasmine. I don't smell the raspberry, but I've noticed that a lot of fragrances that have raspberry in it, I don't smell the raspberry. I grew up picking raspberries at my grandfather's house every single summer, like weeks and months of picking raspberries for hours and eating raspberries. So I'm very familiar with the scent, and I can never pick it up in fragrances, and I don't know why. I'm not sure if it's like a synthetic raspberry, so in my mind it's not raspberry. I don't know what it is, but there's not a single fragrance that has said raspberry where I'm like, oh, that's a raspberry fragrance. So I just, yeah, I'm not getting it here. I get that, like the first it hit me with apricot, and then I got that watery pear, and then I got really green and powdery. So I'm thinking that's the jasmine and rose. It is really nice. It's lovely, but especially this time of year, this is, I think that's the problem. I'd probably come back to this later. It just, to me, doesn't like stand out. It is really nice though. It's maybe fresher than I'd prefer to wear. Like when I think of having a fresh scent, Marc Jacobs Perfect is far and away my favorite kind of fresh green scent. Now, Prada Candy. I have tried this. I don't think I've tried it on my skin, but just it never wowed me on a card. So it says, discover Prada Candy, an oriental gourmand scent combining subtle white musks, warm benzoin, and an addictive touch of caramel. The main accords are caramel, powdery, amber, sweet, vanilla, musky, warm, spicy, and balsamic. The top notes caramel, middle notes musk and powdery notes, and then base notes of benzoin and vanilla. Reading those notes, I actually do think I may have sprayed this on my skin, and I think it was the mixture of the powdery notes and the benzoin that didn't work for me. I sometimes like benzoin, but I tend to not be the biggest fan. Oh yeah, this first whiff, it smells like baby powder. I don't get any of the sweetness, nothing. It just baby powder. I'd actually been discussing perfume with my dad, and he says when he gets passengers on his bus, he says he's finding like a lot of these younger girls are wearing stuff that he says it smells like baby powder. And I think I mentioned that like a popular fragrance that I know a lot of people love, especially like younger people, is Prada Candy. And that's the first that came to mind when he mentioned that. I thought, well, maybe it is that you're just smelling a lot of people wearing Prada Candy. Because to me it just smells like baby powder. I don't think I get a little bit of the caramel. I'm not actually getting any of the benzoin, but I think that'll come later. Yeah, I'll come back to this one. So next is Sol de Janeiro's 62 Cheirosa. I'm really bad at the pronunciation, I'm sorry. So this is a warm and sweet gourmand. It says, in Brazil, to be Cheirosa means to smell incredibly delicious. Everyone notices and everyone wants to be Cheirosa. It's a way of life and a way of loving life, celebrating summer and all the sounds and sensations of Brazil. Sol Cheriosa 62 is brimming with joy as it touches all of the senses. The main accords are vanilla, caramel, sweet, almond, nutty, woody, powdery, salty, fruity, and balsamic. Top notes of pistachio and almond, middle notes heliotrope and jasmine, base notes caramel, vanilla, salt, and sandalwood. So I love the look of all the notes. A little wary of the salt. I've tried Olympia and Olympia Intense, and I think a few other fragrances that are escaping me right now, but they also have like a vanilla salty ness to them that I don't quite love. And I've also noticed I'm maybe not the biggest fan of caramel. I keep thinking, oh, I like Gourmands, and so I like caramel, but I don't think those are my favorite. However, I've loved every fragrance that I've tried with almond and pistachio, and I really do like heliotrope. I don't think it's as popular in fragrances, but when I see it in a fragrance, I'm like, I notice like that scent. I really do enjoy. So let's see. I haven't tried this one. I think I've tried the body mist, but I don't recall if I've smelled this one. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is really nice. But I do get a big whiff of that caramel right away. And the almond, that like sweet candied almond smell, that's really nice. I smell this kind of powderiness. I think that's coming from the heliotrope. I've never looked at like how they describe heliotrope. I think, let's see, it says almond smelling vanilla-like note with very hazy flow contours recreated via heliotrope. And I don't know what that last bit means, but I think that's probably why I really love almond, and I also love vanilla, so that makes sense. But I think I also noticed that heliotrope gets kind of powdery, as most of the purple florals kind of do. No, this one's really nice. This was one of those that I thought I would really love, and would be probably one of the at the top of my list for a full bottle. This is super nice. Yeah, I definitely want to try this on my skin and see how I feel about it. I'll definitely come back to this one. Next we have Toca Florence. It says sophisticated, romantic, timeless, bergamot, pear, gardenia. All the rest of these have like a paragraph, and this one has like a sentence. Short and to the point. I kind of like it. Main accords are tuberose, green, fruity, and animalic. I do actually like slightly green scents, and I do like tuberose. Animalic worries me a little bit. So top notes of pear, apple, bergamot, and grapefruit leaf. Middle notes are gardenia, tuberose, jasmine, violet leaf, and iris. Base notes are musk and white woods. I'm guessing the musk is where they're saying it's animalic. I know a lot of people don't like gardenia, but there are fragrances that are like primarily gardenia that I actually really like. So, oh yeah, okay. Right away I get that gardenia. I love that. I love that fragrance, or that note. I think I could see how people wouldn't like it. It is like a really strong smell, and pretty unique. I get that greenness as well. I love this. However, I smell the KKW Crystal Gardenia. I think that's what it's called. The one that is in that really neat little bottle. And I loved it, like absolutely loved it. And my family hated it. They did not want me to get it. They don't want me smelling like that. So I really love this fragrance. I want this fragrance. But I don't think my family will want to be around me while I wear this. Yeah, this is so nice. It's definitely a fresh scent. I could imagine wearing this spring, early summer. I think the gardenia might be too strong for like hot summer. I live in Texas. It gets hot here, and I think that the gardenia would like choke you out in the middle of summer. But while it's still a little cooler and there's a breeze, I think this could be a really great fragrance. All I'm getting is the gardenia. I don't smell pear or apple, bergamot. I don't smell any tuberose or jasmine. I just get this green floral gardenia smell. It's wonderful. I love it. I'll have to check back and see how musky it gets, or woody. I do like woody fragrances, so that shouldn't worry me. And I do like a lot of musk in fragrances, but there are some, like the Narcissos, that are not my favorite. But no, I love this one. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll be on my list because I don't think my family will like it. But I'll have to see what they think, because this, if so, this would probably be at the top of my list. Next we have Valentino's Voce Viva. It says, discover Voce Viva, a warm woody floral scent with fresh orange blossom, absolute, and golden gardenia paired with Italian bergamot and mandarin. Okay, so based off of that, I think I definitely really love this. I mean, I have tried this a few times. It didn't wow me. I really want to love a Valentino scent. I think this is really nice. I don't know why I'm so hesitant. I like this, and I also love Donna Born and Roma. I do like them. They're not loves. I love the bottles. I love the idea of having one. But they don't wow me. I think they would just sit there and not be used. But anyways, let me just try this one. So it says the main accords are citrus, vanilla, white floral, sweet, powdery, warm, spicy, musky, aromatic, and woody. The top notes are mandarin orange, bergamot, and ginger. Middle notes of orange blossom and gardenia. Base notes of vanilla, tonka bean, musk, sandalwood, and oak moss. So I love all of those base notes. I do like orange blossom and gardenia. I like ginger. Sometimes I don't care for it, but let's see. I remember smelling this. I don't think I've put it on my skin. Oh yeah, that ginger, it like kicks you in the face. I'm trying to think of a fragrance where I really like the ginger. I think it's a Zara Wanted Girl has ginger, and I really like that fragrance. This one definitely tickles your nose. Okay, I get that orange blossom. Again, less of the gardenia. I think this is definitely heavier in the orange blossom. It's nice. Again, it's nice. Oh, I want to love it. I just don't. I mean, one day, once like my wish list is over, I'd probably pick it up. That seems kind of stupid, because if you don't love it, you're not going to wear it. But I love the bottle, and I like the fragrance. I'll have to let it dry and see what of the base notes I get. I really love sandalwood and oak moss. I really love all of those base notes. So I don't know why I don't love this fragrance. I want to love it. But for the purpose of trying to pick one fragrance from this box, I'm kind of happy that this is not a top contender. So next we have Versace Bright Crystal. I don't think I've ever smelled any of these. I'm not impressed by the bottles. They're all fresh scents, so I don't feel like they're in like my scent category that I love. So I've just never been interested, but let's give it a shot. So this one says, sheer sensuality, crystal transparency, and luminous brightness. Bright crystal, a precious jewel of rare beauty characterized by a fresh, vibrant, flowery scent. Even that description is super boring to me. There's nothing about this fragrance that appeals to me in any way, but let's see. So it says main accords, floral, fresh, aquatic, citrus, woody, fresh, spicy, and rose. Let's see here. I think I'm getting sassy right now. I don't know why, but anyways, there's something, people love this fragrance and I just don't get it. Maybe if I smelled it, but I just, nothing about it stands out to me. But anyhow, top notes of yuzu, pomegranate, and ice. Ice. How, let's see. Ice is natural and synthetic, popular and weird. Yes, that is the group that I would put ice in. How is ice a note? How do you make that note? Anyhow, so middle notes are peony, lotus, and magnolia. Base notes of musk, mahogany, and amber. I don't know how much mahogany fragrances I've smelled. I do like woody fragrances. I do not like the smell of magnolia. We have magnolia bushes near the playground across the street from us, and I don't care for it at all. It is not a nice smell, so we will see if I like this. Yeah, this smells just like any old perfume counter. I don't know why I'm hating on this fragrance so much. I don't get it. I shouldn't be, but this is just not the fragrance for me. It smells like generic perfume. This could be anything to me. Yeah, just walking through a Macy's. Growing up, my parents never took me, but my aunts would take me to the mall. And just like walking through Macy's, this is what it smelled like. Yeah, there's nothing special about this. Not to be rude to people who enjoy this fragrance, but this is not for me. I don't like it. I will not be trying this again. I have no interest. On to the next. I have Flower Bomb. Okay. Yeah, I've tried Flower Bomb dozens of times. I really like it. In fact, this was one of the first fragrances that I was like, wow, this is really good. It was not the top of my list, and I've not considered purchasing it because I think it's actually quite expensive for kind of a designer fragrance, but I love the bottle. I think the bottle's really cute. So it's a warm and sweet gourmand. Flower Bomb is an explosion of 1,000 florals created by fashion designer Victor Horstein and Rolf, I can't pronounce his last name, I'm not even going to try it though, who imagined bottling a bouquet of the most opulent florals with the addictive notes of patchouli and amber. So the main accords are floral, patchouli, white floral, woody, citrus, powdery, sweet, musky, warm, spicy, and rose. Top notes of tea, bergamot, osmanthus. Middle notes orchid, jasmine, rose, freesia, and African orange flower. Base notes of patchouli, musk, and vanilla. So I really liked this, and I enjoyed how unique it was. When I was first discovering fragrances, I found that so many fragrances just smelled like a perfume counter. They all just smelled like your standard perfume. They had that perfumey smell. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm hoping it does, but I'm hoping you understand where I'm coming from. But there were some that stood out, and Flower Bomb stood out to me. And I really liked it, and it smelled good, and it smells nice, but there was something that nagged at me every time, and I've come to find out it's the patchouli. I like patchouli, but I don't love patchouli. I have a tobacco and patchouli candle. I love it. But I think I like it in a candle. I think it's a scent that I'd happily like walk into a space that has like a light patchouli in it, but I don't want patchouli on me. It's kind of an earthy scent. I know some people love it, some people hate it, but I think everybody in Portland smells like this. I grew up there. It's that earthy green kind of smell. Not like cannabis. Like, I can't do cannabis at all. Like, I don't understand why anyone would put that in a fragrance. It makes no sense to me. But no, it's just that earthy hippie, like kind of dirty hippie smell. I grew up with. Like, I've smelled this 1,000 times. I don't want to smell like that. But I like the tea in it. And I think the orchid smells really good in here. And the jasmine. Those are the ones I pick up on the most. But it's really heavy in the patchouli. I mean, it's like the second accord, right? After the floral. But I want to love it because I love the bottle. I think I've smelled all of them. I like the dew, but it's too light for me. I like nectar. I think it's a little too sweet though. But the gunpowder, there's something about that fragrance. And I tested both of them, and everyone says this is a beast. I got like 4 hours after this one. The nectar, I went to bed, like I sprayed that on at like 4. I smelled it all day. I went to bed and I could smell it in the morning. It like did not come off. It smells really good, but it is a little sickeningly sweet. But I kind of want a flower bomb of some sort in my collection. So I don't know. Okay, so originally I thought this might be the one I bring home. That might be because I'm stingy, and for $68 if I can get a full bottle of a fragrance that's like quite expensive, I want to do it. But I think this probably isn't the one I'll pick up. I'm surprised. I thought this one was the one I was going to go with. I like it. But the more I smell it, like I'm getting a headache. That patchouli is just, it's not for me. I like patchouli, but I don't love it. So anyhow, let me move on to the last one. Finally, we have Black Opium. I want to point out that there's like nothing in this one. None of my others were this low. They actually were completely full. This one may have leaked. I don't see any leakage in the bottle. So I don't know, maybe there just wasn't a lot in here. Black Opium is the seductively intoxicating fragrance from YSL. The opening notes of adrenaline-rich coffee and the sweet sensuality of vanilla recline into the softness of white florals for a modern, young, addictive fragrance. I have smelled this one a number of times, usually on a card, and to me it smells a little generic. It's maybe because a lot of people smell like it, and because it's a very popular fragrance, but I don't think it's wowed me. Anyways, to the accords, we've got vanilla, coffee, sweet, warm, spicy, white floral, soft, spicy, fruity, woody, powdery, and balsamic. The top notes are pear, pink pepper, orange blossom. Middle notes coffee, jasmine, bitter almond, and licorice. Base notes of vanilla, patchouli, cedar, and cashmere wood. Yeah, I like it. I like that opening smell. I get the coffee right away. I also get the pink pepper. I don't think I'm a fan of pink pepper. I've tried a lot of fragrances that have a pepper note at the beginning, and they sting my nose, and they all kind of smell generic to me. I think pink pepper is used in way too many fragrances, and so I can't get past the opening. I'm just like, it's another perfume smell. And pear. It also has pear in the opening, and those two, pink pepper and pear, I see in a lot of fragrances, as well as orange blossom. I mean, the top notes of this is just like the most generic perfume smell. But the coffee is really nice. I like the jasmine. I love licorice. I actually love like black licorice. It's really nice, but at a certain point it like dries down, and I don't actually get the patchouli or the cedar cashmere wood. It gets very like strong in the white florals. Like I think you get more of the jasmine as the coffee fades away. And I like jasmine, but in this fragrance I don't love the jasmine as much. It's gotta be because I can't imagine where else the white florals would be coming from. So it's nice in the beginning. Like, okay, I'll correct myself. After the top notes go away, some of those middle notes like the coffee and the licorice and the almond come in, and they're really nice and smooth and quite and strong, and I really love it. But those eventually go away, and then I just get the florals. I like a lot of white florals, but sometimes they're just done in a way that I don't care for. So the beginning of this is just very generic, then you get into some of the notes that maybe are less generic, but then it's just white florals. So I knew this one probably wouldn't be for me. I'm not the biggest fan of Black Opium. I haven't really tried any of the flankers, so it might be worth checking those out, but I've heard a lot of them are just like very much the same as the other ones, so I'm not sure. I'm interested in trying others, but this one is probably not for me. I wanted to smell a few once again, so let's try the My Way. Yeah. Okay, so it's dried down. I think it's the musk. It could be the jasmine as well. Yeah, this jasmine, I don't like this jasmine at all. It could be the musk, but I think it's what I'm smelling is the jasmine. That's what I don't like about this one. A lot of people like the opening of bergamot, which makes it fresher than the intense My Way, but it's the jasmine in this one that makes me kind of hate it. I don't like the smell. It smells dirty. Yeah, it's not for me. Let's see, Gucci Bloom. Yeah, this is grandma. I'm not a grandma. I don't want to smell like a grandma. It's not my grandma. It's smells like going to church and getting stuck behind a whole group of old ladies. I mean, they're the sweetest old ladies, but that's what it smells like to me. I'm sure if I asked my husband. There was one fragrance that I had smelled once, and I was curious what my husband thought. So I handed it to him. I said, what does this smell like? And he says, church. And I said, no, you're not smelling church. You're smelling old ladies at church. And so we had a little bit of a laugh over that. I want to smell the Prada Candy. I want to see if it changed or if it's just baby powder still. Okay, it's less like baby powder. I think I'm getting a bit more of the benzoin and vanilla. It's like if you put, I don't know, what does this smell like? It smells like something from my childhood, but it still has that baby powder smell. I want to say it's some kind of cleaning thing or a soap. It might be a soap. Maybe my grandma had a soap like this. I can't remember for the life of me what this smells like, but it's not a favorite. I think this is the Sol de Janeiro. Let me see. Oh yes, see, this is still so nice. This is definitely a top contender for me. Yeah, I'm getting that sandalwood and vanilla. Still some of that like heliotrope. It's nutty. Yeah, I really love this one. This is definitely one I'm gonna keep up here and try it, test on my skin. Let's see. This one is Toca Florence. Yeah, I love this. Oh, I love this one. My family's not gonna like it though. I'll have to get their approval for it. Because as much as I want these fragrances for me, I know I have to live around other people, and I don't want to go in for a hug and then be like completely grossed out. So I don't understand why I would spend money on a fragrance that I could only wear. Yeah, it still smells amazing. I love the gardenia smell. Oh, it's so nice. I might test that on myself and see what my husband and kids think of that. Yeah, Voce Viva. It's so light on the card now. It's not wowing me. It's nice. Yeah, it's just nice. I'm not even gonna try Bright Crystal. I don't care for it. That's that. Back to Flower Bomb. Yeah, it just smells like patchouli now. I don't want to smell like this. I want to love it. There's something that is like addicting and like I keep wanting to smell it, but I don't want to smell like this. I wouldn't mind if other people smelled like this. It's just not for me. I keep wanting to smell it. I have nothing else to say. It's just, it's lovely. It's just not, it's not what I want. And lastly, it's Black Opium. Yeah, I'm still getting the coffee, but again, less of the coffee and more of, I think, the jasmine. That's what's the white floral in here? Yeah, the jasmine. It's nice. Eventually the coffee is just like entirely gone and you're stuck with like a less appealing jasmine. There are jasmines I like. I like Alien. I was surprised. I didn't think I would. But there are just some jasmines that I don't like. Now, people say indolic jasmine. I don't know what that means. I would like someone to clarify that. Everybody on YouTube just keeps going with, oh, indolic jasmine. I don't know what that means. I've tried looking it up. So, I've smelled all of these, and I thought I would probably get Flower Bomb, but I have narrowed it down to Toca Florence or Sol de Janeiro Chorizo 62. Is it Chiriosa? I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyhow, I'm going to test these two on my skin and then get my family's thoughts and I will probably go out and get one of these bottles soon. So those are my opinions. I hope I didn't come off too sassy in any of these. I just know that they're my opinions, and what other people choose to wear is totally up to them. I've enjoyed making this video, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it as well. I hope if you've enjoyed it, please give me a like, and if you have any thoughts or opinions, or if there's any other fragrances you think I might like, please leave them down in the comments. And if you want more videos like this, I hope you subscribe. I have a lot more planned for the rest of this year. So I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you enjoy your holidays. Bye.